I want to feel safe when I walk home late at night, when I sit in the subway, when I sleep at night, but I don't feel safe. How am I supposed to feel safe when I know that we are facing the most acute crisis in the history of mankind? When I know that if we don't act now, everything will soon be too late. The first time I heard about global warming, I thought that can't be right. No way there is something serious enough to threaten our very existence. Because otherwise, we would not be talking about anything else. As soon as you turn on the TV, everything will be about this issue. Headlines, radio, newspapers. You would never read or hear about anything else. As if the world was raging. But in fact, no one was talking. And if they did, it was never in line with the scientists' statements. The other day, I watched a debate between party leaders on TV, and somehow they were allowed to stand there and lie. They said it made no sense to make an effort to cut Sweden's emissions, since we were such a role model. That we should focus on helping other countries to cut their emissions. Sweden is not a role model. The people of Sweden yearly emit 11 tons of CO2 per capita. We are on 8th place in the world, according to WWF. We are the ones who need help. I don't understand how they can be allowed to lie like that on TV. Maybe many grown-ups think the issue of climate change is difficult to understand. Maybe that's why whenever there's a television program about the climate, it turns into children's television. I grasped the issue of climate change when I was 12 and decided to never fly again, nor eat meat. The climate crisis is the defining issue of our time. Yet, everyone believes that we can solve the crisis without effort, without sacrifice. Think positive, everybody says. As if the passengers on Titanic, after the collision with the iceberg, would have sat down to talk about what stories the survivors could tell, and how famous they would be, or the number of jobs that would be created in the effort to help the survivors. However, the ship will have sunk anyway, no matter their actions. We can, on the other hand, stop the collision. We know the iceberg is there. We even know its exact coordinates. But we are not slowing down, nor are we changing course. And so we praise ourselves, perhaps for having managed to unload some weight, while increasing the speed. Will we slow down in time? If I live to be 100, I will be alive in the year 2103. When you think about the future today, you don't think beyond the year 2050. But then I will, in the best case, not even have lived my life. What happens next? The year 2078, I will celebrate my 75th birthday. If I have children and grandchildren, they may want to celebrate the day with me. Maybe I will tell them about you. How do you want to be remembered? What you do or don't do right now will affect my entire life and the lives of my children and grandchildren. Maybe they're us. We did nothing, and why those who knew and could speak out didn't.